Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
The Stephon Castle jersey is out. A new era begins. Year 2 for Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. 4th overall pick, Stephon Castle joining Jeremy Sohan, Chris Paul. No Devin Vassell, but we have Harrison Barnes. We have Jeremy Sohan. We have Julian Champagnie. It is the start of the NBA season for the Spurs. Who cares that it started a couple of days ago for the Lakers and the Knicks and the Celtics and the T-Wolves? I don't care. I don't care about last night's games. What matters is the Spurs season starts today. 6:30 tip-off from Dallas against the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks here by 7.5 points. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. We've got our Spurs chains on. How excited are you, Joe, about the start of the Spurs regular season?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited about the start of the regular season. It's about time, you know. I'm excited because I want to see the team improve. That's all I'm asking for. Even if, the season isn't going to be, them getting into the play-in or playoffs, that's fine with me. I'm just looking to see some improvement. I want to see Wemby year 2. I want to see them all have a good season, especially I want to see what Wemby's going to do in year 2.
I mean, Vegas says Wemby's going to win most improved player. Vegas says that Wemby's going to win defensive player of the year. I want to see it, right? I mean, those are all just predictions. I want to see it. So there's a great stat about Chris Paul that every team that he joins improves, right? Doesn't matter if he goes to OKC, if he goes to Golden State, if he goes to, whatever team he's ever played for in the past. And there's been several teams. He has improved them. Now, when I saw that stat on ESPN today, I thought to myself, well, that's great. It's very difficult to not improve on a 22-60 season, Joe.
Yeah.
They're going to win more games because Wemby's going to be better. They're going to win more games because Sohan will get better, because certain players, they have Stephon Castle on the team. They're going to win more games simply because they got a little bit better.
Yeah, hopefully.
So I don't want Spurs fans to get excited about 30 wins, baby. Let's go for 41, man. 500 or bust. That's what I want. 500 or bust. And if the Spurs start the season 3-12, I'll start Team Tank all over again.
Yeah, I'm wearing my throwback today. I got Manu. I'm sporting Manu today.
Nice.
And we both got our lovely silver and black chains that I printed out on the 3D printers I got behind me.
Oh, this is a 3D printer?
Yeah, printed it out.
So I got to grab my phone because I have my stats when it comes to all this.
Yeah.
And I find this to be very interesting. So Chris Paul, when he joined the Hornets back in the day, man, 20 years ago, they had a 220 winning percentage. Then his first year with them, 463. So he more than doubled their wins. The Clippers went from a 39% winning percentage to a 61. The Rockets went from a 67% winning percentage to a 79. The Thunder from 59 to 61. The Suns from 47 to 71. The Warriors from 54 to 56. And now the Spurs, who won approximately 27% of their games last year. What's that improvement going to be? And is it going to be because of Chris Paul? Is it going to be what he does on the court, or because of what he brings, the leadership he brings off the court, teaching Stephon Castle, Blake Wesley, Trey Jones how to be better point guards?
I knew Tex-Mex Frank was going to ask for this, so I got it ready for him, man.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
$1.99 super chat from Tex-Mex Frank. He paid for it.
Very, very nice. Not only is this game day for the San Antonio Spurs, it's also a new day for me, Joe. Got myself a brand new truck, baby. Brand new truck. It is black with a little bit of silver. It's very Spursy out there. Got to give it a name. I got myself a Dodge 1500 Rebel 2025 edition, souped up, ready to go. I'm excited, Joe.
Yeah, everybody's saying that the audio is not syncing up. I'm like, well, I don't know, man. It's like we're using the same thing that we do every single day. I have no idea what's going on y'all's end, but here where we're at in studio, everything's fine.
Maybe it'll clear up.
Yeah,
maybe it'll clear up. Got another super chat from Midtown Texas saying, "Go Spurs por vida! Go Spurs, go por vida!" That's the thing, Joe. Hope springs eternal, right? We can't be over here doing Team Tank yet. We can't be ripping Pop yet. We got to see what the Spurs have. Do they like the team they got? Is this team going to be better? Is Julian Champagnie going to be that find that the Spurs fans will talk about? Like, man, no one knew about Manu. He was drafted number 58 in the draft. Nobody knew about this guy. Nobody knew about that guy.
We got fireworks because it's the start of the season, man.
That's right. Now, Vegas thinks that the Spurs are going to lose this game by 7.5 points. That's the spread right now. We are going up against a Luka Doncic team, and that is the smartest guy in the entire NBA, Joe. Luka Doncic knows how to get to the line. He knows how to draw contact. He does these screens that he puts you behind him so that he puts you on defensive, and then he wants you to go after the shot so that he glides into it and draws the foul.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent of what Jordan used to do back in the day. Very reminiscent of what Kobe used to do back in the day. This is not new. Get the defender behind you. Go around the pick, get the defender behind you, and then slowly maneuver your way to the hole, and then have the defense react, and then go after that defensive player and draw the foul every single time. Every single time. So who's going to guard him? Might be Champagnie.
Maybe.
Might be Sohan. Might be Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle said the night he was drafted, the first thing he wanted to do in the NBA was guard Luka Doncic. It just so happens that the Spurs play them in the first game, the first real game. Yeah, preseason, he looked good. Yeah, Champagnie looked good in preseason. Yeah, Sohan was 9 for 13 that one game in preseason. But we got to see what they do in the regular season because this is where it counts. Thank you to everybody who's on the stream right now. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and on Twitter right now. We have GSG Nation, Go Spurs, Go Nation, baby. Matt Lehrman in the house. Tony Ornalis, Tavarius. Everyone excited about the first day. So we have to be very, very, very excited about it. People asking for a call-in show.
Yeah, we'll do call-ins on Fridays, man. It's going to call-in Friday, and we're going to have giveaway Friday. And Fridays are always reserved for the one and only Johnny Walker, man. So we could talk UT football.
That is true. That is true. JHNSB has a prediction that the Spurs will lose a close game tonight. Wemby will go 2 for 5 from 3. Well, I'll take the 2 for 5. That's 40%. But we got to be optimistic, Joe.
Look at Matt Lermas congratulating you on your new truck. And so was Alex Noriega. He says, Mike has a nice truck.
Oh, yeah. Alex did come by the house yesterday to check it out. Dude, I have never had a brand new badass truck before. I've had brand new vehicles.
Some, yeah.
But they've all been, the low level trim, the entry level. And, it's all right. My truck right now looks like it could swallow my old truck. It is double the size. It is the second highest trim. Dude, I threw down some money for this one, dude.
Nice, dude.
Got to use those W-2s and 1099s to knock this one down. But it's funny because I typically lease vehicles.
Yeah.
But they had an incentive. It was like they had a sale like on the lot yesterday that wasn't there the week before. And it made it so buying it was actually cheaper than leasing. And that's not normally the case. Normally a lease is a lot cheaper.
Tavares already spitting out some truths for Spurs fans here. Who's guarding Luka and Kyrie?
Yeah, you forget about Kyrie Irving on that team, right?
You already know who's going to be guarding Luka, maybe. Going to probably be Sohan, man.
This is a game where Trey Jones should not sniff the court. Trey Jones is too short and too small to battle up against Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. It's not a game for him. This is a game for Stephon Castle. This is a game for Jeremy Sohan. Those and Julian Champagnie. Those are the three players right there that need to step up defensively. No Devin Vassell today because Vassell out with a healing foot injury. This was an injury he suffered last season, had surgery. It did not heal properly. And he announced during Spurs Media Day a few weeks ago that he was going to miss the start of the season. Going to be reevaluated 1 week from tomorrow on November 1st. Hopefully rejoin the team after missing maybe 4 or 5 games. Matt Lerma saying Spurs currently a playoff team. I'm just saying, you know what? They're currently is it the top 6? Let's take a look at that, man.
Yeah, that's what Fernandez says. He says if the season starts today, Spurs would be, or if it ended today, Spurs would be the 6th seed.
The Spurs would either be the 6th seed or the play-in, right? Because we've already seen losses by the Jazz, the Clippers, the Rockets, the T-Wolves, and the Trailblazers. Victories from the Pelicans. Speaking of the Pelicans, didn't they lose a big player yesterday? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Man,
DeJounte Murray.
Fractured hand. He'll probably be out at least 6 to 8 weeks, man.
Yeah, so fractured hand on this first game of the season.
It happens, dude. I mean, tough break for him, but I mean, injuries are part of the game.
So, a lot of eyes will be on Stephon Castle tonight, Joe. How many minutes do you think he gets? Because I think Stephon Castle gets at least, I'm going to throw out a number, 26 minutes. I think he's going to get some significant time today. I would be highly pissed off if the Spurs go up against a team that has Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic and you sit one of your best perimeter defenders, because that's what Stephon Castle is. Give me 26 minutes. I'm going to say Castle goes for 9 points and 5 rebounds. Like a 9-5-3. I think for the season he'll average around 12, but give me 9 points in his debut. For Wemby, though, I want to see Wemby go off. I want to see Wemby go off for 28 and 13.
Yeah.
You got any predictions, Joe?
I think Wemby might go off for 26 points, 27 points.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be followed by probably Keldon. I think he's going to be the second highest scoring Spur on the team right now.
Yeah.
I think he's probably going to have a 20-point performance.
Now, Stephon Castle is somebody who is currently 5th in Vegas odds right now for Rookie of the Year. Zach Edey, who's starting for the Memphis Grizzlies. So there's a lot of people who believe that Zach Edey is going to be Rookie of the Year, even though he wasn't drafted in the top 7 or so. I think he was drafted like 8 or 9. But he started yesterday for the Grizzlies, and this was his game, Joe. This is his game. Remember, Zach Edey was somebody that did well in college.
Yeah.
Everyone loved him in college. People thought, well, he's not a talent for the NBA lottery, but he got drafted in the lottery anyway by the Grizzlies. Homeboy fouled out in 15 minutes.
I saw that, man.
The whole thing against him was the game is too fast for that type of play, that he's a throwback to the 80s type of ground and pound type of center, right? He played 15 minutes and fouled the F out, scored 5 points on 2 of 4 shooting, missed 4 out of his 5 free throw attempts, 5 points, 5 rebounds. 4 of the rebounds that were offensive, so he's getting offensive boards. But Zach Edey, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's right. Maybe he is too slow for the NBA. Zach Edey wetting the bed. Someone who didn't wet the bed yesterday found to be exciting. Lauri Markkanen. Remember the Spurs? Can't give up so many points for Lauri Markkanen. Dude, Lauri Markkanen blew up yesterday. We're talking about the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies did beat the Jazz 126-124. But Lauri Markkanen's stat line, holy crap. Lauri Markkanen was 35 points, 9 of 15 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3, made 13 to 14 free throw attempts, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Joe, maybe the Spurs should have offered the farm for him, dude.
Oh, it's one of those things, freaking Danny Ainge, man. As long as Danny Ainge is in charge of anything, he's always going to be difficult, dude. Danny Ainge is just a pain in the ass, man. You can't make a deal when you have somebody of that caliber that wants to kind of, play hardball in a way.
Right.
He wants to do a trade with the team, or he wants to make a deal. He wants to fleece you.
He's going to be the winner. He's going to
fleece you, man.
He's like that guy in fantasy football who throws out the bad trades because it's only going to benefit him. By the way, we saw a prediction from Garrett out in the Netherlands.
Yeah,
predicting a 30-15-7 night for Wemby. I'll take that all day, every day.
And Go Spurs Girl Nation says 28 and 13. Love it.
I'll take it. I'll say 27 and 14.
Wemby 3-pointers, 1 for 50.
I mean, come on, might not be that far off. Bad night for the Spurs last night because the Hawks got a win yesterday. Now the Hawks did play. I could see this in one of two ways, Joe. Bad news that the Hawks won, that they beat the Brooklyn Nets 120-116, or is it good news that the Brooklyn Nets, who are by far the worst team in all of basketball, came within 4 points of beating the Hawks on the road? Are the Hawks really that bad, Joe? That's the thing. Trae Young goes off for 30 and 12. Trae Young.
Yeah.
They needed everything from him to beat the worst team in the NBA.
And look at Tim Gonzalez, our winner from last week. Went ahead and sent him a gift card out because he couldn't make the Spurs game on Saturday. Yeah. But we took care of him. We took care of Mario Cavazos. I believe Chris Gonzalez too. We got everybody taken care of. All the prizes have been sent out.
Mm-hmm.
They were mailed out last week, so everybody's getting them right now.
Very, very
Congratulations to all our
Pays
winners.
to win. By the way, Joe, I have not told you about this, but I will be on the road tonight, so I will be doing the show remotely tomorrow. I have a play that I'm going to.
A play?
You got these tickets like 2 months ago. Completely forgot about it, man.
Where's the play at? Conroe?
It's somewhere in Houston. It's Steel Magnolias, dude.
Why?
I am watching Steel Magnolias at the theater.
No, man, that ain't it, dude.
It's a sad movie, baby. It's a sad movie. But I'm looking at the Hawks schedule, dude. They're on the road against the T-Wolves. They've got home and home against the Raptors. They've got the Pistons, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Bulls, the Suns, the Rockets, the Suns, the Jazz, Clippers, and Lakers. Dude, the season could get away from the Hawks really fast because not only are we watching as Spurs fans what the Spurs do, we're watching what Atlanta does because we have their unprotected first-round draft pick this year. We're also taking a look at what Chicago does because Chicago's pick is top 10 protected. Charlotte's is top 14 protected. The Spurs have guaranteed 2 first-round picks this year, possibility of 4. Just depends on how Chicago does. And it's a loaded draft, Joe.
Yeah.
It's a loaded draft. So last night's game, Pacers beat the Pistons 115-109. Pascal Siakam with 19, 8, and 9. We talked about how the Hawks beat the Nets. Cam Thomas, where did he go to college, Joe? LSU.
There you go.
36 points, but as Zed's dad said, he's never seen a shot he didn't like, man. The guy's a ball hog. Magic on the road beat the Heat 116-97. Paolo Banchero with 33 points and 11 rebounds. Bucks beat the Sixers yesterday. The Sixers without Joel Embiid, without Paul George. Giannis had 25, 14, and 7. The Cavaliers beat the living crap out of the Raptors on the road, 136-106. Evan Mobley with 25, 9, 3 blocks. Charlotte Hornets, Joe, on the road, beat the Houston Rockets 110-105. LaMelo Ball, 34 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds. Alperen Şengün had 25 points and 18 rebounds. Joe, Charlotte's pick is top 14 protected. You got to get some of those wins. And you see, they have Brandon Miller. They have Bridges. They have LaMelo Ball. They have some talent there, Joe.
Man, LaMelo Ball went off last night, dude. 34 points. Damn.
My goodness. They also had off the bench Trey Mann going off for 24 points. Trey Mann, who was a first-round draft pick from OKC back a few years ago. They got some talent, baby. They got some talent. LaMelo was hurt all last year. Bridges was hurt all last year. And Brandon Miller now in his second year with the team.
But that's the thing with LaMelo, man. He just can't stay healthy. He's always injured.
Yeah. Warriors beat the Blazers 139-104. A near triple-double for Steph Curry. Steph Curry with 17 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. The Suns beat the Clippers 116-113 on the road. No Kawhi Leonard. Harden nearly had a triple-double. Bradley Beal had 24 points for the Suns. Harden had 29 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists for the Clippers. And then the Grizzlies, as we mentioned, beat the Jazz 126-124 is the return of John Morant.
No.
John Morant with 22 points, 10 assists. Bulls lost to the Pelicans. So, again, we need the Bulls to win a few games, but not too many games. Pelicans lost to DeJounte Murray, Brandon Ingram with 33 points. Nikola Vucevic, 21 points for the Bulls. So, it's weird. The Spurs are one of the few teams out there that has yet to play a game. But all the teams will have one game under their belt. There is 6 teams that haven't played. 2 of them tonight, Mavericks, Spurs. This is a Mavericks team that not only has Kyrie Irving, Joe, not only has Luka Doncic, but also has Klay Thompson playing his first game away from the Bay in his career.
He's coming off the bench. We'll see what he can do. I think he still can contribute as a role player, on this Mavs team here.
Klay Thompson, one of the greatest shooters of all time. And it's so sad. You talk about Father Time being undefeated.
Yeah.
It's so sad when you see a player who is obviously at the end of his rope. He's at the end of his career. And it's because of injuries. It's not because of age. I mean, Klay Thompson has not the oldest guy in the world. What do you think Klay Thompson is? 34 maybe?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Klay Thompson, he's 34 years old. You're right on it. He should have some tread on the tires, but injuries kind of ground him, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's getting up there in age, man. He's probably just got a couple more years left, and then he's probably gonna have to retire because I think right now, I mean, you can already tell he's lost some of his magic. It's just quite not there yet. But hopefully, with the Mavs, he's just gonna be asked to play a smaller role coming off the bench.
Yeah,
he'll have a better season.
Hey, Chase, that's a new name. I haven't seen that one before. Chase, welcome to the Alamo City Sportscast. Says Harden gave that game away twice last night. Not once, but twice last night.
He's trying to
welcome to the podcast, my man. Tell your friends, tell your family. Very nice.
Did you see that, though? The Intuit Center that they have? It's a nice place, man.
Yeah, they also have that thing where certain sections you have to live in a certain zip code to get tickets there. It's funny.
The Celtics play again tonight. You know who else is playing again tonight? Who else is going to play tonight, should I say? Thursday night football, man. We got Spurs season kicking off. You got Thursday night football as well. The battle of the 4 and 3s, the Bucks, and Hot Atlanta, dude.
Well, tonight, that's going to be a game later on.
I'm sorry.
This week. Tonight's game is the 5-1 Vikings against the Rams. By the way, Joe, I don't know if you saw the storyline. Right now, all the NFL owners are meeting, right?
Yeah, they are.
We'll talk more about the Spurs in a moment. Let's kind of bounce around. That's what I like about this show, is that we kind of just bounce around.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold led the Vikings to a 5-0 record. They lost their first game of the year last week, 31-29 to the Detroit Lions in a game that the Lions dominated, but the Vikings fought to stay in. The Vikings have Sam Darnold as their quarterback, right? They originally had JJ, what was that guy? JJ from McCarthy, from Michigan. They drafted him in the first round. He looked really good in preseason, got hurt in a preseason game. Vikings turned to Sam Darnold, who was drafted really high in the draft a few years ago by the Jets. He ended up getting lost in the shuffle in San Francisco, was a backup to Purdy. Goes to Minnesota, leads them to a 5-0 record, Joe.
Damn. And look at this.
But Joe, here's the thing, Joe.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you this question real fast. If you lead that team to a 5-0 record, Sam Darnold, why is he the subject of trade talks?
I have no idea. Do the Vikings not want to win?
Because the Vikings are playing the Rams right now.
Yeah.
The Vikings right now, all these trades are going on in the NFL because the owners meetings going on, right? That's when it all goes down. The big rumor this week is that the Rams are trying to deal Matt Stafford to the Vikings. Dude, how do you do that to a quarterback that led you to a 5-0 record and almost got you to 6-0? How do you do that?
Who knows, man? Who knows the logic behind these things, dude? Makes no sense.
And some of these trades have happened. We saw, Amari Cooper get traded. We saw Devontae Adams get traded. DeAndre Hopkins. So there is some truth to these rumors, because these rumors are coming out saying that these certain players that are on the move. But the big rumor is Matt Stafford going to Minnesota. And I'm there going,
why?
Why? They're in first place. They're tied for first place.
Look like they're Super Bowl bound. Why would you mess with that?
I mean, they're playoff bound for sure.
Yeah, look at Chase is saying that he subbed. So thank you, man. Appreciate that. And he's living in Charlotte, North Carolina right now.
Very nice.
Look at that. This is the community that we started to build here.
Yeah.
We have a new listener, right, coming in and watching us, and the chat's already saying welcome.
Chase, beautiful town of Charlotte, North Carolina. I was in Charlotte back in February, and I went to a rooftop bar right across the way from the football and soccer stadiums.
Yeah.
It was really nice, man. Charlotte's a happening town, man.
It's a nice place. Beautiful out there, man.
It is happening. I didn't see very much homeless downtown, man. They do it right over there.
Not like Austin or here around the corner from Marbach, the shanty town that they have underneath the bridge.
Dude, I felt bad, man. I saw that guy that goes up and down Petrenko Road.
Yeah,
you know which guy I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
He was
bro.
He was by Dutch Bros. He was having himself a moment, man. I felt so bad. I don't know what I can do to help.
He's a good man. Like he's nice and all, he's got some mental problems. And
yeah,
I mean, like I said, we've interacted with him and bought him waters and stuff, because he's always walking up and down the street, especially when it's hot. Dutch Brothers gives him free drinks sometimes too, especially in the evenings. He'll be out there sometimes, and he's just minding his own business. He's out there with his cart. He's just drinking a drink, and the people there take care of him. He's like somebody in the community that everybody takes care of.
Yeah.
Like all the businesses up and down Petrenko, they help him out,
NFL trade deadline, by the way, is November 5th. So we got about a week and a half to go before that. Talking about more deals that are coming. Teams that have cap space. Are the Cowboys going to do anything?
No.
Are they going to do anything? They could have gotten Amari Cooper back. 5th rounder? Really?
Jerry
they couldn't dole that out.
Jerry likes the team he has, man. I've already told you this, Mike. Jerry is not interested in winning. He's not. If he was, you think he would have done something in the last 28 years. He's done nothing.
According to ESPN.com, here are the teams that have the most cap space going into the trade deadline. Right now, San Francisco 49ers at 1. Dude, who have so many injuries, man, from Christian McCaffrey, who's been out the entire year, Deebo Samuel out. They have a left tackle that's out. They've got a lot of defenders that are out. Brandon Ayuk is out for the year, or could be out for the year. Cap space for the Niners. They could take on salary, man. They got $55 million cap space. Cleveland Browns, if they want to do something for the quarterback position, Jameis Winston going to be starting on behalf of Deshaun Watson, who is out for the year because of being a jackass. Raiders, $39 million in cap space. $38 million for the Patriots. The Lions, dude, they're going to be buyers. The Lions, $36.5 million in cap space. Maybe get another wide receiver. Aiden Hutchinson's injured, so they can make some moves. The Commanders, $27 million in cap space. Cardinals, $26 million. The Cowboys, $23 million in cap space. Packers at 16. The Jets at 15.
Man, everybody's giving us love here in the chat. We got one of our listeners telling everybody to like the stream so we can get more subscribers. Tex-Mex Frank's telling everybody, tip these good dudes. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the love. And welcome, Chase. Hope to see you back again.
Does Chase have ties to San Antonio?
He said he came from Texas, dude.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, man. We do this show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central. That'll be 11 to 12:30 your time. So very cool, man. Welcome to the family, dude. Welcome to the family. You'll see my rants from time to time. We do sports, pop culture, and nostalgic things around here, man. Everyone's showing them some love.
Yeah. Said a lot of Spurs fans up here, man, with Wake Forest being down the road.
That's right.
Cool, man.
So, Chase, just to let you know, man, I'm in Charlotte at least once or twice a year, FYI. Okay, I also work in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I do a lot of work in Greensboro. I do a lot of work in Charlotte.
Oh, my God. Midtown, Texas. Mike ignores homeless at the light in his new truck.
Dude, Joe, it is a nice truck. But you know what I didn't do, Joe? I didn't post photos of it on Twitter yesterday for one specific reason. I was basking in the glory of getting a new truck. And the second that I told a friend of mine that I was going to get a new truck, he was like, well, I wouldn't have bought that brand. And I was like, well, go F yourself, dude. It's not your money. It's not your money. Shut the F up, right?
I wouldn't have bought that brand.
I was like, you know what?
Like a hater, bro.
A complete hater. And you know what? I went on Car and Driver. I went on all of these websites to kind of filter out what I wanted to get, right? Here's the thing. I wanted a dress truck that I could also use for the ability to like haul stuff from time to time, right?
Yeah.
There are the tradesman, for example, which is the entry-level Dodge Ram. It's a good Dodge truck, right? But that's a workman's truck, right?
Yeah. I
had a very rink-a-dink Toyota Tacoma, right? That my girlfriend called what did she call it again? A vagina with a tailgate.
Oh God. Making fun of your baby car.
Yeah, my baby truck. Baby truck. Do. So anyway, my lease was up. My lease is up at the end of the year. So I need to get a new vehicle anyway.
Yeah.
So I decided, I've paid off my credit card debt. I've paid stuff off. Treat yourself. Right? Do something. Get something nice.
Look at Angel Gutierrez, man. He's saying he's waiting for the Jeff Moneybags jingle to come in. So we got to do it, man.
Oh, nice. Dollar bill.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Man, Jeff's over here catching strays. He ain't even on the show today.
I know, but man, Here's the thing, Joe. I threw down some money for this thing, man. I threw down some money. It looks good. It's a dress vehicle. It's all leather. Has chilled seats, dude. I've never had chilled seats before. It has a moonroof. Has a 13-inch screen. And Joe, the cool thing, a feature about it, it has like an LED screen on the glove compartment, so that if someone wants to watch YouTube, like if I have my kids or whatever, and they want to watch YouTube or watch a movie, it's right there on the glove compartment. It's a thing. It's cool, dude.
It's nice. It almost sounds like my caddy, dude. I like my caddy.
Oh, dude, come on, baby.
The bells and whistles, and it has that retractable roof.
Yeah,
comes back up and on. You know, the retractable sunroof, moonroof. You know, and all that kind of stuff. So it's like it was an upgrade for me too. You know, when I got here last year. So
yeah, it was good. Right. I know you love it, dude. My lease was up, coming up at the beginning. It was like end of January.
Yeah,
and I'm just not gonna drive that car anymore, dude. It's starting to whiz like.
Really?
It's been and already had a tire blowout the other day, and it just sounds off, and I don't want to have to put a lot of money into it.
Sounds like you might need some bearings or something.
Hey,
man.
it's a lease. It ain't my car.
Yeah,
I just give it back.
What do they call them? The front hub bearing, and it's one piece, so. It's about the part itself, like $5-6 bills, man.
Yeah,
and then that doesn't include the labor. So it's always that's how they get you, man.
First time getting a nice vehicle in my entire life, dude.
Yeah,
first time, baby. First time. I had to pay off a lot of crap, but I can afford it now, man. Can afford it now.
And everybody's still giving Chase love. He's like, bring it on, man.
Oh, he wants to know what Demon Mike is. Okay, so Chase, if you're still listening, man, here's the thing. We always ask people around here, who was your celebrity crush growing up and who's your celebrity crush now? We want to see it, baby. We want to know. And we also want to know, Chase, if you could spend the night with one or the other, would it be a 58-year-old Salma Hayek or a 27-year-old Sydney Sweeney? Which one would you rather have relations with tonight? Those are the questions for you, Chase. Let us know. Matt, let me ask you a question. What the fuck is a dress truck?
I don't know.
It means it's a truck that has leather interior that is nice.
Do you play? Is it nice enough for you to play Tejano in it?
No, it's too ethnic.
Come on, man.
You know what's so funny, Joe, is that when I was driving it off the lot, I needed to have a good song. And I couldn't think of a song that I wanted to drive to when I got out. So I thought about it. I was like, well, I want a faster song. You know, I want a song that makes me happy. I'm not saying it's my favorite song, but the first song I could think of was Danny California by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, there you go.
So I drove out there. Joe, this morning I got in the car to start up. I put my Spotify list, 1,200 songs, hit shuffle. What was the first song that came on, Joe?
Which one?
Drive by Incubus.
Oh,
I mean, say what you want about whether you like the song or not, but the song is called Drive. Guess what the second song that came on was, Joe?
What was it?
Interstate Love Song by STP. Dude, my car was having a moment. My truck was having a moment.
Jeff is listening. I've been telling Jeff that everybody does like that intro music. They play it. They request it, and they want us to play it when he's not even on the show, man. It's like he thinks we're making fun of him, but I'm like, dude, that intro music is fire. The fans love it.
JHNSB with that Dodge transmission is going to go out pretty quick. Just a quick message for you, JHNSB. Go fuck yourself, dude. I got a new truck.
Come on, Mike. We'll see how long it lasts, dude.
Dude, like there's any brand. There's only one brand that really doesn't have cars that messes up. That's Honda. Honda's one, Toyota's two.
You know,
everybody else craps out. Ford's crap out. F-150's crap out. GMC's crap out. Nissan's crap out. They all do. Just take care of it.
You know,
that's why you get an extended warranty.
Neighbor across the street, John, he's got him Dodge as well, man. He's got a Ram. He's got a Ram pickup.
Yeah, so the Ram pickup is good. My dad has bought Rams. This isn't my first Ram. I had a Dodge Ram in the when Gabby was in elementary school. I had a Dodge Ram. There was a silver one.
Somebody says, say his name and he appears. Jeff, say his name 3 times and he appears.
He's the Beetlejuice of it all.
He's the Beetlejuice. Oh yeah, we know that, Tony Ornelas. We saw you, man. He says Murray broke his hand on opening night. Yep.
Hey, Joe, can we talk about another restaurant that might be going down under? And I'm not talking about the Outback Steakhouse.
God, which one?
Can we do we pour one out for Denny's?
Denny's is on the brink.
Dude, Denny's announced that they're closing 150 locations all over the country. Again, what does Denny's, what does La Quinta mean? It means next to Denny's, right? When was the last time you went to Denny's, Joe?
Yeah, probably about a year ago, man. Usually my daughter is the one that'll dictate where we go eat breakfast sometimes. When she's here with us,
Yeah.
she'll be like, Dad, let's go eat breakfast. And she wants to go either she wants Mexican or she wants IHOP. There is no in between with her.
Right.
It's either Mexican or IHOP.
I can't stand IHOP.
She loves IHOP, man. And just
What's good about
sometimes
IHOP? I don't get it.
they have good stuff there. And she likes pancakes, that kind of
Are
stuff.
you a Cracker Barrel guy?
Oh, hell no, dude. I hate me
You
some
know, our
Cracker
good
Barrel.
friend Sean Quintero was a manager at Cracker Barrel back in the day. I love Cracker Barrel, dude.
I don't, dude. We have one
Good
right around
food.
the corner, and I've only been to it maybe once or twice. I'm like, nah.
But my favorite, Joe, to this day, from the day I was born to the day I die, my favorite is Waffle House. Dude, every time I drive to Louisiana to go see my daughter, Waffle House. Do they have Waffle Houses in Houston? None in San Antonio. I love me some Waffle House.
You
Dude,
know-
there used to be one on Fredericksburg and 410 back in the day.
You know what's funny about the Waffle House, dude? As soon as you leave Texas, right, and you start getting into Louisiana, it's like a Whataburger or something, dude. It's just like every 5-6 minutes down the road, Waffle House, Waffle House, Waffle
It's
House.
great.
It's just the whole highway there, the main highway from Louisiana all the way down to like Florida, littered Waffle House.
Chase asked the question, would you rather have a 27-year-old Sydney Sweeney or a 58-year-old Selma Hayek? He goes, Sydney Sweeney is the answer, but I'm not turning down Selma Hayek, not even at 80.
I'm telling you, bro.
Let's begin the chant. Chase is one of us.
He
One
is,
of
man.
us. One
He
of
is,
us.
man. He's one of us, bro. There you go, man. Yeah, nobody gonna turn down no Selma Hayek. Come on, bro.
I'm not saying that she's not hot, dude. I'm not saying that she's not fine. I'm not saying that she's not a 10.
It's like
But I'm
fine
just saying,
wine, dude.
But I'm just saying, man, she ain't coming off the set of From Dusk Till Dawn, because when she walked off that set, 1998, Dusk Till Dawn, that was the hottest woman who's ever walked the earth, dude.
With that snake and everything and all that.
Yeah.
shit.
Good grief.
Like Britney.
But Denny's is going under. I mean, they're still going to be around, but they're closing 150 stores between the years of 2024 and 2025. 50 lower performing restaurants will close by the end of the year, the under 100 next year. Denny's is just basically saying that a lot of their locations are old.
Oh, Angel has me dying, bro. Look at this. Mike brought driving gloves for his truck.
Yeah. I get in the truck and I say, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Oh, you know what? You need to go pick up Hefe, dude. Show him your new truck.
Oh, I know, man. Hefe, baby.
Denny's has long overstayed its welcome. It's kind of like Luby's, man.
Well, I mean, Denny's has the Grand Slam. If you ask anybody what a Grand Slam is, they're going to know. It's 2 eggs, it's 2 pieces of bacon or sausage, hash browns, and 2 pancakes.
Yeah.
It's perfection. The problem is that Denny's is for like 90-year-old people.
Oh, man, Sith, how, bro? He says Cracker Barrel is amazing.
Cracker Barrel is
it's
amazing.
ass, dude.
Dude,
It
Cracker
sucks.
Barrel is so freaking good. You know what's ass? IHOP. And my daughter, Gabby, loves IHOP. And I think it's because of the strawberry syrup. But the food at IHOP is trash, dude.
No,
Cracker Barrel is
man.
like legit good food.
I
The
hate Cracker
ongoing
Barrel,
joke that
dude.
it feels like a slave auction's about to take off, about to happen at the Cracker Barrel. Like you're on the set of the movie Get Out. But pour one out for Denny's, dude. Are we going to pour one out for McDonald's?
Man, was it that? Is it Listeria or
E.
what is
coli,
it?
dude.
E. coli or something? Yeah.
Yeah, so E. coli outbreak from McDonald's that happened earlier this week. Everyone's saying that's because of Donald Trump, because Trump was playing McDonald's employee for one day earlier this week. I don't know if you saw that video. Him handing out fries.
Yeah, I saw him.
49 people have gotten sick and 1 has died after an E. coli outbreak. Infected people are, according to MSN.com, we're eating McDonald's quarter pounders.
And you know what's funny? All this happens right around the time that Trump is out there handing out the fries. Right? Coincidence or not? Mike?
Coincidence, yeah. So apparently, from what I had read earlier, that it was the onions that were bad, not necessarily the meat.
Yeah. I just think it's funny how like all these things happen like right around the time when it's time to vote for your elections and stuff, and how like all these stories come out. It's craziness, dude. And you know what? If you have the opportunity, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. If you have the opportunity to go vote, early voting is in place here in our lovely state of Texas and in San Antonio. You can go and vote. You went and voted yesterday.
I went to Palo Alto.
6 minutes, right?
6 minutes in and out. Okay, so first of all, I live in West Bexar County. I typically go to Northwest Vista College to early vote. Went to Northwest Vista College. That line wrapped around multiple buildings, and they said it was going to take 2 hours to vote.
Jeez.
There's a place down on Grossenbacher that's a little church, right? I voted there in the past as well. Usually I'm in and out in 10 minutes. People were parked up Grossenbacher. You know, Grossenbacher is kind of a busy street, right?
Yeah.
And it's not very sturdy of a street. It's a lot of gravelly roads. People were parked on the side of the road like they were going to a concert, dude. 2 hour wait over there. So I went on to mysa.com and I looked up the voting locations, and they said, here are the slowest locations in town. And the slowest location in town was Palo Alto College on the southwest side. I think it's a slow location because people don't want to go to a community college to vote necessarily, because it's like you have to find the building and all that stuff
there.
But once you follow the signs and you found the building, I time myself, Joe. I looked at my clock, my watch. Yeah. It was 2:43 when I walked in the door. I was like, I want to see how long it takes. So they said this is the slowest location. I walk into the building. Someone points me in the right direction. They go, you're next in line. Like, I'm next. They had about, 12 people voting at that point. Every machine was taken. There's 12 people there.
Yeah. One
person left. They're like, that's yours. Take your ballot. I gave them my driver's license. They gave me the I voted sticker. I went off to the side, voted. There's only like 12 things to vote on.
You didn't even have to go out there. You should have just went around the corner like I told you.
Dude, even there was crowded, man.
Really?
Yeah, dude. So I ended up going around and voting out, walked out the door. It was 2:49. I was like, 6 minutes, baby. 2:43 in, 2:49 out, 6 minutes.
Times to done. Go around the corner, right around 8:30. I go in, no line. After lunch, right around between 1:30, 2 o'clock, there's no line there.
Mm-hmm.
But like during those little sweet spots, that's when I go. If you wait and you go like later on, 9:30, 10 o'clock, there's a line probably.
Yeah.
Hey, but look at Matt Gomez just sent us something. This is pretty funny. He was saying via DM on Twitter, on the X, he says that this is a costume contest at work, and this was his coworker dressing as Donald Trump with giving out the fries, bro. It's a creative costume, man. Everybody gets real creative around this time of year, man.
Spurs tonight, 6:30 tip-off, taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Joe, let's say the Spurs win this game, right? Let's say Wemby goes off. Is it safe to go honking downtown? Because I would want to.
What, just because he had one good game?
Dude, if Wemby, to quote Nuke LaLoosh in Bull Durham, if Wemby comes out and announces his presence with authority,
yeah,
and let's, because we're all here saying, oh, 27-13, 20. No, if he goes out there and goes 36-18 and they get the win, and he starts stuffing Luka, and we're like, oh my God, if we have an oh my God performance, dude, gold medal game, he had 26 points? Yeah. If he has an oh my God game against the Mavericks, game one of his second year, takes over the team. If we see him barking at the players, barking at his teammates, taking that leadership role, because he's the best player on this team, but Wemby hasn't been the alpha on this team. Wemby has just been playing along, right? But if Wemby takes control of this team, and we see it in year two, look out.
Yeah, look at this, man. Matt Gomez is asking, are you all going to the Rock?
I'll go this weekend.
I'm going to the Rock. You're going to go to the Rock?
I'll go this weekend, not tonight.
No, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday is what I'm saying, because that's going to be opening night, with Spurs are going to be playing in town. But like I was telling you, Rock's going to be happening in place, man. They have all those 80s cover bands and stuff going on.
They do it right, man.
It's going to be a nice place to hang out.
The same people who did the Rock are the ones who did the Star in Frisco. for the Cowboys. It's still a work in progress. They have the new shop opening up over there for the Spurs merch. But the Rock has the outdoor area. They have a splash pad for the kids. They have a grassy area. It's not real grass. It's a fake grass area. You can lay out a towel, all that stuff. Pretty exciting times, man. I'll be out there for probably 5 or 6 games easily this year. But no, I'm not going to be out on the Spurs Club during the game.
You're going to be down with the gente?
I'll be with the gente.
I hope they play some Tejano for you, man.
Boom, bump, bump.
You don't want to leave. You're
bump,
like, all right,
bump,
man, I'm out.
bump.
That's what you're going to say. All right, I'm out.
Mike wants to show the truck to San Antonio and go honking. Be proud of that truck. La Prieta.
They're asking you what you're going to name the truck. And they said you should name it Reese Baby.
Reese, baby?
Yeah, Reese, and in honor of Angel Reese.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because my middle name is Ruiz.
No, Reese.
I was like, how did y'all know my middle name? I would like to give it a name that's Spursy. It is black. It has some silver and gray overtones to it.
Call it Duncan, like your dog.
I already got a dog named Duncan. Now I might be giving away my dog Duncan, dude.
Why?
Duncan's turning into a mean dog, man. He gets after Cody. Cody, my golden retriever, he starts attacking him.
What is he doing? Like biting him?
Bites him in the back of the neck, and and Cody now has like anxiety over having to be around Duncan so often. Duncan's turning into a dick.
Hey, he's got some USOA in him. That's why, man.
He's gonna have a new owner pretty
He's
soon.
a little gangster. You should give him to Leha, dude.
I would. Leia, come get the dog. You've met him.
Leia be like, come on, let's go. You belong to me now.
DeJounte Murray with a broken hand in the game opener. It was really early in the game, too. He's going to be sidelined for a good period of time, maybe a couple of months when it's all said and done. But, of course, Murray shot a free throw and then got subbed out.
Yeah.
First game, man. First game. That's a big loss for the Pelicans. So we were talking about what team are the Spurs better than in the West? I think we can be better than the Clippers. No Kawhi? I think we can be better than them.
Why Kawhi?
I think we can be better than Golden State. Yeah, Steph went off for a near triple-double, but he wasn't like Steph of old. He's getting old. I think the Spurs could be better than Portland. Spurs could be better than Utah.
Yeah.
Spurs could be better than Houston. Why are we all under the impression that Houston's a badass team? Houston got their ass handed to them yesterday.
Houston's better than the Spurs, man.
But today, come March,
yeah, we're gonna find out. Like I said,
New Orleans has injuries. New Orleans lost DeJounte Murray. New Orleans is bound to lose Zion.
They're still better than the Spurs. The thing is, this is what's gonna happen. Spurs might come out of the gate a little lethargic. They're still trying to find their footing. Coach Pop gets cute with the lineups. Come around the end of December, going into January, that's where you really start finding what this team's going to be made out of. You start getting a real good gauge of what's going to happen with this team. Right around February, March, that's when you really see, all right, what do we got?
Okay, I'm not saying the Spurs are better right now, but what I'm saying is that I can see the Spurs being better than Golden State. I can see the Spurs being better than the Pelicans. I can see them being better than the Lakers, the Suns. I can see them being better than the Jazz, the Clippers, the Rockets, the T-Wolves, and the Trailblazers. I can see the Spurs being better than 10 teams in the West, Joe. No. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I do see a path to that. The only teams that I look at and I go, yeah, the Spurs aren't going to be better than them is Oklahoma City, Denver, Sacramento.
Nuggets. Come on, dude.
Yeah, Denver, Sacramento, Oklahoma City.
Minnesota, Nuggets. You have
even Minnesota. I think the Spurs, no Karl Anthony Towns. So really, Denver, Sacramento, and Oklahoma City, who all three of those teams, by the way, start their season today, and Dallas. Those are the 4 teams that I say, yeah, those are better than the Spurs. They're going to be better than the Spurs. We're not going to catch them in the standings. But every other team is flawed, Joe. New Orleans because of injuries. Golden State because they got old. Lakers because of injuries and no shooting. The Suns because of dysfunction and they don't gel well together. Grizzlies because they're starting a rookie and because they have injury concerns all the time. The Jazz because they suck. The Clippers because Kawhi is not there. The Rockets because the Rockets do what Rockets do. T-Wolves because no Karl Anthony Towns. Portland because they suck. Joe, the Spurs could be the number 5 or 6 team.
No, they're not.
I'm not saying they're going to be. I'm just saying that it's conceivable.
No.
We're going to go into the season not saying that it's not conceivable.
You're trying to
That's
go ahead
some
and
issues.
pump this up, man. But you're going to try to church this team up. We know who they are, dude. We know what we got. Look at JHNSB. We're going to be the 13th seed, Mike.
And that might be true. But what I am saying is that I could see it's in the realm of possibility. I'm not saying the realm of likelihood. It's in the realm of possibility.
And it's likely I might win the lotto tomorrow. But in the realm of possibility, that's not going to really happen.
Do we have a new guy, Love? Is he relatively new?
Yeah. Did you see this? Did you see Anthony Davis go off on Tuesday? Spurs can't beat that.
Well, right, but Anthony Davis is a guy that plays, 50 games a year? Anthony Davis ain't always there. He's always hurt. And at some point, Father Time's going to go and beat up on LeBron. By the way, the whole Bronny thing is still pissing me off, Joe.
You know who else agreed with you? Michelle Beadle. She was going off, too.
She went off.
She was like, that just annoyed the hell out of her.
It was contrived. It was stupid. David Atwater saying a lot of old teams in the West. So the Spurs could be good.
Look at that JHNSB. I've never heard Mike be this optimistic. Is he okay? He got a new truck, bro. He's on that high right now.
I'm on that new truck high.
Look at that. Chase says 50 max.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. We have to be optimistic today because I'll be the conductor of Team Tank when the Spurs start the season 4-12. At that point, I'll be like, pull the plug at the season. Let's someone get a big ass cane, put it over Pop, and reel him in.
No, man. At the end of the day, I know what this team is. You have pretty much the same cast of characters from the previous years. You've had 2 seasons of 23 wins? 22, right? You had 2 new veterans to the team. Wemby, year 2. You factor everything in. Good enough for at least 35, 38 wins, man. Just saying. That's not going to get you nowhere in the West.
But 35 to 38, I'm not saying I'd be happy with, but I'd be like, well, at least they're showing some growth pattern there.
Exactly. That's all I'm looking for is looking for growth.
But I'm not going to be excited with 34, 35 wins, dude.
I'm just telling you at the end, when the dust settles, that's what's going to happen.
Well, when the dust settles, if the Spurs are a 30-win team, 35-win team, they're exactly who they were with DeMar DeRozan. Only we have Wemby.
Exactly. I'm telling you, Spurs fan is going to be happy with mediocrity again.
So I'm taking a look at the Spurs season last year. Here's what the Spurs did last year. The Spurs started the season against the Dallas Mavericks opening night. This time it was at the Frost Bank Center. Spurs lost by 7, 126-119. I was at that game. Spurs beat the Rockets in overtime, 126-122. Second game of the season. Went on the road. They lost to the Clippers. Went on the road, and they played the Suns twice, Joe. And remember, the Spurs beat the Suns both times. So the Spurs last season, when they were 22-60, were 3-2. Remember, from November 3rd all the way to December 15th, the Spurs didn't have a victory at all. The Spurs went from being 3-2 to 3-20. The Spurs lost, 18 games in a row?
Yeah.
That was the 23-24 season.
And look at this, Tavares says, trade for Ingram or Kuzma.
Oh, do we even say that for years?
Kuzma, man, he wants to play here, dude.
Brutal.
Who says no? I bet you any Spurs fan will be like, bring him on, dude.
I mean, he's better than what we got.
Come on, dude. You know, everybody knows he is.
Our new guy, Chase, says realistic expectations. He has the Spurs going 35-47. Sounds about right.
Yeah. My nephew just sent me a text message right now. He's in college, right? He's over at doing his thing with his frat brothers over there. And he's telling me that they're having a toy drive.
Renee coming out and saying the difference between a 35-win DeMar Spurs team is that was stagnant. If we get 35 this year, we're still a team on the rise. I mean, we're still a 35-win team.
Right failed. He needs a co-star next to him. He still does. I'm just saying.
We got
man.
picks. We got picks. We got first rounders, man. We got first rounders like Malachi Branham and Blake Wesley. We got first rounders like Lucas Samanich. We got first rounders like Josh
Walker.
Primo and Jelani Walker. Yeah, all these draft picks, right? Because that's how you win, right? You get a crap ton of draft picks. That's how you win, right?
Where Primo at? He gone.
Where Lonnie at?
He gone.
Where Luka at?
He gone. They're not even playing in the league anymore, I believe, dude.
But we got that second rounder last week, Joe. Because you never know. Because we might get a Nikola Jokic. we might get a Manu Ginobili or Draymond Green in the second round. That happens like once every 5 years in the draft, and the Spurs have like 25 second rounders.
Well, you know, one thing I'm looking forward to is that some of these picks that they got, right, like 2031 or something like that are going to be coming up here. That's going to be where you have a Wemby. If he still stays with the Spurs, you're going to have a Wemby that's probably going to be in year 6 or something, right?
Yeah.
If Keldon's still here, he's going to be aging out, you know. And right around that time, that's when the Spurs are going to need to add some new blood to this mix, right?
Yeah, knowing the Spurs' luck, the T-Wolves will be like the champion. It's a 30 pick of the draft, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying it might convey for the Spurs. You know, it just might.
I'm showing optimism because the Spurs right now are 0-0, and as a standing show, we'd be in the playoffs right now if the season ended, right? Just, run out the clock. Let's make this happen.
And you know what? Speaking of time here, we need to go ahead and give some love to one of our sponsors here, and that's going to be MCS General Contracting.
Yep.
MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show.
They've got that diamond hard concrete, baby. Diamond hard concrete.
Yeah, make sure you go ahead and give them a call. They also make the chat go here. The chat that you all are enjoying is powered by MCS General Contracting. Make sure you give our boy, Chris Leha, a call for your free consultation. Number is 210-774-9155.
Yeah, Hef is also on the thread. Let's show some love to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 for your daily Spurs content.
Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at JeffG10s5SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at JeffGSpursZone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@LockedOnSpurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Right on cue. Guess who's in the chat right now?
That's right. Jeff Garcia has an article right now talking about how ESPN ranked the NBA stadiums around the league. The Spurs right now in talks to build a new stadium downtown. Cost over $1 billion for that palace that they would build downtown.
Oh, it's taxpayers going to pay for it, man.
It's usually the tourists.
Yeah.
It's usually the tourists. It's a hotel motel tax usually is what covers it. But the Spurs were ranked last in the NBA when it comes to rankings, when it comes to how the stadium looks and all that stuff.
Say it ain't so, man. Place looks like a freaking barn, bro. Be honest with yourself.
Dude, I liked it better than the Houston's Toyota Center.
But I'm just saying the shape of it looks like a damn barn. What does the Alamo Dome look like?
Like a damn barn.
Damn barn. Freaking shoebox, dude.
So according to ESPN.com, they rank as the number one place to watch a game is the Golden One Center where the Sacramento Kings play. Wait a minute. I thought they were small market. They call it the Small Market Elite Arena.
Like the beam.
Number 2, Madison Square Garden, which I've never been to, but that's a bucket item list.
Hey, Jeff says
to
it's
watch
nice.
a game. Number 3, the Chase Center, where the Golden State Warriors play in San Francisco. New arena. Look at that. It's beautiful. Number 4, TD Garden in Boston. Number 5, Scotiabank Arena, Toronto Raptors.
I'll take their word for it,
Canada.
man. I ain't never going to go out there. It's too cold.
Number 6, the Little Caesars Arena, Detroit Pistons.
That's a poverty-ass franchise, though, bro. Come on.
Number 7, the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where they have the draft a lot. Number 8, the Fiserv Forum for the Milwaukee Bucks. Number 9, Crypto.com for the Lakers. And number 10, the Gainbridge Fieldhouse for the Indiana Pacers. By the way, if you go to the Gainbridge Fieldhouse, it's identical to the Frost Bank Center.
Really?
The facade is different. The outside, it's like buying a house that has a different elevation.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, it's the same house, but the exterior is different.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. It's just the exterior is different. The last ones in the league. 29, Frost Bank Center, where the Spurs play. Smoothie King, where the Pelicans play. The Spectrum Center, where Charlotte Hornets play. The Grizzlies FedEx Forum, and the 25 Capital One Arena. Again, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs at Ken's 5 breaks down exactly why that is so. But the Spurs, you know, the Spurs have an arena there that they moved into, in 2003? Around there? It's a 30-year thing. Spurs are under the lease contract over there for a few more years, or a handful more years.
Yeah.
It's time.
Look at Jeff is asking a question here in the chat. He's saying, Joe, how bad will it be if San Antonio Spurs start the season with L's versus Dallas, Houston, and OKC? It's to be expected, man. And the thing is, Spurs fan will be a little bit disappointed and let down, saying, I thought this team was going to be better than that. I thought we were better than Dallas, than Houston, and OKC. Come on.
The whole
man.
in Pop We Trust aspect goes out the door. It goes out the door because it's taking on water, Joe. It's taking on water. It's kind of like the Titanic. The Titanic didn't sink in 5 minutes. It took a few hours, right? If you had asked the question in Pop We Trust,
they're taking on water.
6 years ago,
the boat's taking on water.
It would have been like 100% yes in Pop We Trust. And it's down to 90, and it goes to 80, and it goes to 70, and now it's just barely over 50. Spurs have a crappy season this year. Even if they go 30 and 52 wins and win 8 games more than they did last year, there's not going to be that in Pop We Trust aspect anymore. Because the idea of, oh, well, you know, he's a 5-time champion. Dude, 10 years from now, he'd be a 5-time champion. That means nothing. Janet Jackson said it best. What have you done for me lately? And what have the Spurs been doing? Lose. Yeah. That's what they've been doing 5 years in a row. Dude, there's no Pop is chasing himself, playing himself, coaching himself out of GOAT status. Had he walked away from the game in 2014, he would have been the GOAT. Now he ain't top 3 anymore.
Matt Lerman wants to know who was dead last on the list below the Spurs.
Well, they had an incomplete because they only showed 29 because they didn't rank into it yet. The into it where the Clippers are playing. They didn't rank them yet, so 29 was last place.
Man, be honest with yourself. You go to the Frost Center, right, and you go watch a game. I mean, it hasn't really changed much. And since it's been built, yeah, they did some upgrades as far as lighting, the screen, maybe the sound system. But other than that, I mean, it's relatively still the same thing. It's a bit dated now. You know, it used to be, you know, hey, it was all right. It was all right when it was built. It wasn't like it's groundbreaking. It's, you know, they have really good technology.
It was better than what we had before.
But the media center that they have there, as far as like where the media sits,
awful,
horrible, dude.
The Alamo Dome had a better setup for the media.
No doubt. I've been to both. And the Alamo Dome by far is a lot better.
Alamo Dome had better food.
Hey, they don't feed you at the Spurs games, bro.
Man, back in the day, they used to give you a whole ass meal. You know, here's some snacks. Enjoy yourself. Now it's like, here's a muffin. Get the F out of here.
Yeah, man. They don't feed you.
And here's a Diet Pepsi, which is like the garbage of diet sodas.
I'd rather have regular Coke or something, dude. Diet Pepsi's not bad. I don't like Diet Coke. Diet Coke's nasty.
Midtown Texas saying our stadium is Laredo nice. I mean, I say that about San Antonio. San Antonio is Laredo with the Spurs.
Oh.
Like we're Laredo with Six Flags and the Spurs. That's basically what we are. That's sad. It's so sad.
Look at somebody says, I don't really care about the stadium. Fix the damn team first. You know what was funny? I went to a Spurs game, right, with one of my good friends, Jonas Clark, and they shot me one of the free T-shirts, right? I caught it, and the Spurs were just horrible, man. They were like in the midst of one of their 20-win seasons, and I looked at that damn shirt, and I said it loud. All the people around me started laughing. I said, "You know what? I'm throwing this motherfucker back, bro. I'm gonna put a note on there, and I'm gonna say win." And the people around me just started laughing, dude. Do better. I said, do better. Win. I'm throwing this damn thing back. I try to throw it back, and my friend pulled the shirt out of my hand. He goes, "Don't you dare throw it back." I was like, F this, dude. I said, I'm throwing this damn thing back. I'm gonna put the note on it. Win.
Jeez, that's crazy.
I was like, I'm not playing around, dude. If I go to and I catch a free shirt, I'm throwing that sucker back, especially if they're in the midst of another losing season, 20-win season. Throw that thing back, dude.
Joe, did you know that there's a new amusement park opening in North Texas?
Oh, yeah, I know that, man.
Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig theme park opening in North Texas in March.
You don't go into there if you got kids, man. Little ones.
Look at that, dude. I like my favorite places to go, like for kids. And I've taken my son Justin out there. Sesame Place. Went to Sesame Place in Pennsylvania. Went to Sesame Place in San Diego, California. Dude, it's good times, man. Sesame Street does it right. Do you know what I don't like, Joe?
What?
Legoland.
What?
Legoland is
River
trash.
Center? They have Legoland here in River Center.
I've been to the one in Dallas. I've been to the one in River Center. It's trash, dude. There ain't nothing fun about Legoland. Nothing fun about it.
Dark Aeon says, it's because it's not your size. I'm a big boy, too. No, dude, I'll throw that sucker back because I want him to win. The hell with the giving out the free shirt. Put out a better team. Throw the shirt back, dude.
Joe, we're going to have Johnny Walker on tomorrow talking about the NFL and also Texas Longhorn football. Dude, one thing I'm going to ask Johnny is, should Longhorn fans be worried this week because, they got their ass handed to them by Georgia. They got a feisty Vanderbilt team who's nationally ranked for the first time probably in my lifetime, coming in at 5-2. Vanderbilt, who beat Bama, Kentucky, beat Virginia Tech earlier this year, Alcorn earlier this year.
You know what? UT has shown one thing, dude. They're not as good as advertised.
Did they get exposed?
They get exposed when they go up against teams that have winning records. Right now, they've been able to dismantle the lesser teams.
Right.
But what happened with Georgia? Got punched in the face real quick. Mm-hmm. Couldn't recover. Now they're going to go to Vanderbilt, man. They're going to play Vanderbilt. I don't know. I think it's going to be more of the same. They're going to get exposed again.
We have what I'm considering a playoff game tonight. This weekend. The two undefeated teams in the SEC are playing each other, A&M and LSU.
Yeah,
dude, they're just under the radar, man. Under the radar, just picking up victories in the SEC.
It's gonna be a good game.
Both in the top 15, LSU in the top 10.
Be a big test for A&M.
It is. It's gonna be there.
LSU, dude.
It's gonna be there in College Station. That's gonna be a good game.
We're gonna have to see what Johnny Walker says, man.
6:30 Saturday night on ABC. LSU, 8th ranked, going up against A&M, who's ranked number 14 in the AP Top 25. Charlie Hernandez asking the questions. Arch starting? I believe he is, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. Texas starting quarterback. Let's see here. Wait a minute. According to Spectrum Local News, could be yours. Got benched after they were getting their ass handed to them by Georgia. Dude, that game was weird, man. That was a weird game because
it was not a weird game.
Carson Beck was throwing so many interceptions, and UT just couldn't capitalize on it for anything.
What happened is that UT got exposed, man. Their defense just couldn't keep up with Georgia, man. Georgia just came out on playing at another level. They were really full of energy. Their defensive line was playing great. The offensive line kind of held a little bit, but their quarterback, man, just kept throwing interceptions, didn't make good decisions. But at the end of the day, he was able to find the open men, get downfield, score some touchdowns. He led his team downfield. They scored touchdowns, and they bested UT. UT made a valiant second half stance, like, hey, we're gonna get back in this thing. But it was not to be, man. It's just Georgia's defense was just too much to overcome. They were all over the place. They were on the quarterbacks.
That's what they're known for.
I mean, they were just coming out with different schemes. They weren't even touched at times. Sacks. I mean, it was an ugly game for UT, man. Ugly.
Joe, again, they take on Vandy. Joe, Sunday Night Football. Let's briefly touch on this because
Puro pinche Cowboys a la verga.
I hate to say this, Joe. I'm bullish on the boys.
Why?
I am bullish on the Cowboys because of all the injuries that the Niners have right now. Is it weird to look at this, go, wait a minute, this is a trap game, not for the Cowboys, but a trap game for the Niners. What if the Cowboys go into San Francisco and go 4-3 by getting a victory? Joe, hear the injury report for the Niners, dude. This is crazy. Nick Bosa, their star defensive end, questionable.
Yeah.
He has an elbow injury. Limited participant in practice on Wednesday. Chris Conley, wide receiver, questionable. George Odom, their safety, questionable. Defensive tackle Kevin Givens, questionable. Jawan Jennings, a wide receiver, questionable. Jordan Mason, running back, questionable. George Kittle, questionable. Wasn't at practice all week long. Deebo Samuel, questionable. Brendan Ayuk, injured reserve. Also out, Dre Greenlaw, linebacker, who's a Pro Bowler, out. Their kicker, out. Christian McCaffrey, out. Joe.
Ain't got nobody out there, dude.
They're filling a JV squad.
Man.
Brock Purdy had 3 interceptions thrown for the first time in his career.
Everybody's injured, dude. What's he gonna do? That line ain't holding, dude. He's just running for his life now.
He has no receivers to throw to.
The line
starting running back and backup running back are out. Line is hurt. George Kittle's hurt. I'm just saying.
If I was Purdy, I'd pull up lane, bro.
I'm just saying. Don't be surprised if we're talking about this on Monday as the Cowboys win this game.
You look at our new viewer here. Appreciate you, Chase, for interacting with this man. He says, does this loss take the Texas team to another level? I wouldn't want to have Vandy this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's Johnny Walker, man.
Yeah, Johnny Walker, former Texas Longhorn great, former Holmes Husky great, member of the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame. He joins us every Friday to talk about the Longhorns. Very, very cool.
Mike is Spence rat tail starting for the Saints again.
Yeah.
Y'all in trouble, bro.
Oh, the season is circling down the drain, just like the Niners. You know, injuries happen, and the season's over. It just is what it is.
I wish I could say the season's, kind of going down the drain for the Cowboys because of injury. But
Jesse A saying Cowboys beating an injured 49ers team will be their Super Bowl.
Same thing like the Saints. When the Saints beat the Cowboys, that was their Super Bowl. Y'all came in with your chest out. Oh, when the Saints, y'all had a little parade and everything.
And then everybody got hurt.
Yeah, and after that, y'all won a damn game yet.
Everybody got hurt. What are you going to do? We missed Derek Carr.
Look at that. Gert says, I bet Jerry gets the trainer questions again if the Cowboys do lose.
Game tonight, the Rams 2-4 hosting the Minnesota Vikings, who lost their first game of the season last weekend to the Lions. Minnesota favored by 3 points, over-under set at 48, so it's not considered to be too high of a scoring game.
This Rams team is garbage, bro.
Yeah, they are.
2-4. Come on, man.
Yeah, so the idea that the Vikings are interested in Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford has more interceptions thrown than touchdown passes. Just 3 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions.
You know, what a disparity here between the Rams, though, from one season to the next. Like, the decline was quick, man.
Yeah.
They just finished winning the Super Bowl not too long ago, and then they just like.
So I was watching Barstool Sports, and they had Jerry Rice on there. And Jerry Rice, it's not arguably the greatest wide receiver of all time. He is the greatest of all time. They were talking about fantasy football and whether or not he understands how fantasy scoring goes on and all that stuff. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I'm fully aware. Yeah, I get it. I get the gist of it.
Yeah.
And they brought up the fact that he had the most prolific stat line for a wide receiver of all time.
Yeah.
And they asked him, guess how many points you had? And he goes, did you realize that on October 14th, 1990, you, Jerry Rice, had 13 receptions for 225 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Jeez.
He goes, do you think all of your fantasy owners won that game? He was like, he looked at the guy from Barstool Sports and was like, how many yards did I have? 225. How many touchdowns? It was 5. He was like, and Jerry Rice was like shocked at his own stat line.
He's like, damn.
That happened against the Atlanta Falcons. Jerry Rice with the 225 yards. It was also the same day that Joe Montana had his most passing yards in a game. He had 476.
Oh, yeah, and I saw this too, JHNSB, and it was something I saw before we came out here on the X. Apparently, some Mavs fan was being cute, right? And they sabotaged the Spurs over there where they're staying at the hotel in Dallas.
In week 1?
In
game one?
They went ahead and pulled the fire alarm late last night, early in the morning, and woke up the team. Didn't even let them sleep, dude, because if somebody wanted to be cute and pull the fire alarm.
That's brutal.
I'm like, come on, man.
That's brutal. I want to go over before we go, dude. We're talking about Stephon Castle. I'm wearing the Spurs jersey. Stephon Castle. I got the 5. Just to prove that it's not a Robert Horry jersey. Talk about the rookies that are out there, Joe. So I'm going to look up real fast how they did yesterday. So I'm looking at who did the Pistons draft? Let's go through that. They drafted. I'm going through they drafted Ron Holland.
Yeah.
Ron Holland played 15 minutes yesterday in his debut with the Pistons. Had 6 points on 2 of 6 shooting. We mentioned how Zach Edey fouled out in 15 minutes. Had 5 points. Zachary Reese-Archet hit his first 3-pointer. His first 3-point attempt. Reese-Archet went out there. Off the bench, played 19 minutes. 7 points. 2 of 8 shooting. Reed Shepherd, Houston Rockets, also made his debut yesterday. Reed Shepherd, a sharpshooter out of Kentucky, went out there and played 16 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 5 shooting.
Not bad.
Not good.
Not bad.
Just
all right.
Just all right. And I'm just looking over here going to myself, well, what is the realistic thing to look at when it comes to Stephon Castle? Because I'm saying 9-10 points. I want to see from Stephon Castle today, I want to see 9 points, a monster drive, maybe a dunk that makes us go, wow, makes us gasp. And I want to see him get a couple of steals. That'll be my good game for him. I want to see Champagnie prove that he actually deserves to be a starter. I give him crap. We call him cardio on here.
Cardio.
I want to prove to all of us that you deserve it.
Yeah.
I want to see Sohan play down low.
And look at baby hands. Zachary Reese-Archet sucked it up. JHNSB is saying.
Donovan Clingan, his debut, 2 points.
I hope
Dalton
Castle does have a good...
Dalton Connect didn't do much of anything his first game.
I hope Castle does come in and have a great first showing. I predict that Castle will beat somebody off the dribble, and he's going to have at least 1 or 2 spectacular plays, dude, where people are going to be like, this kid's the truth,
Yeah.
He can play.
Get a couple
He's
plays.
A baller,
Get a couple plays. But we'll find out tonight. Again, tip-off is at 6:35. It's on TNT, so I have to listen to Kenny, Chuck, and Ernie, and Shaq. Sucks. I hate those guys.
Man, I like it, dude. It's the last run, man.
Dude, they suck.
Run.
They suck, dude. They've been around way too long.
You know what's happening tomorrow? Start of the World Series, man.
Yankees, Dodgers. I will watch of the World Series maybe 3 innings.
They were showing the cheapest ticket price if you wanted to go and catch a game.
Yeah.
A little over $1,000, about $1,100, set you back.
Baseball used to be my favorite sport growing up, dude. I used to be a huge Rangers fan, Astros fan. The day that the Rangers, 12 years ago, lost the World Series,
one out away,
1 strike away, I gave it up. I've never been back. I mean, I saw the Rangers with the World Series last year, and that was just because you and I were getting drunk over there. I didn't know any of those players.
Stouthouse.
Yeah, I'll go to the Missions games and check that out. But
yeah, we're hanging out there
Yankees,
with the
Dodgers. You know, I mean, I'll go for the historic stuff. Like when I went to go see the Astros play against the Dodgers, because I wanted to see Ohtani hit a home run, and he did. He also stole 2 bases. So I can say that in his 50-50 season, the first time it's ever happened, that I was there and I witnessed him hit a home run. I witnessed him steal a base. I did. Great. I'll go for the Stars. I'm not going to go because it's like I'm cheering for a team. Dude, it's 162 games. It's too much.
Yo, man.
Too much.
Matt Lerma just put up something right now. It's like, I guess they got an influencer making the rounds over there in Detroit, dude. Social media influencer getting the star treatment over there in Detroit. Matt Lerma says, I didn't know they had it like that. Got some cochino coming out of Matt.
Demon Mike will make an appearance someday soon. Got all the cochina Halloween costumes that are coming out of the woodwork.
Oh, it's a Sucia heaven, dude, on Halloween.
Yeah, just so, what's it called? The movie Mean Girls? You could dress like an absolute slut, but put on little bunny ears and say that you're a cat, or put on little ears, you're a cat, or a rabbit, or a mouse. I'm a cat. Duh.
Sam Salinas, look at them childbearing hips. You know what? That's the one poll that we're gonna have next week. Maybe we should tomorrow, if you're up for that, or maybe next week. Have the listeners give the truck a nickname.
I want the nickname to be Spurs oriented.
Okay, we'll put up a couple names as a poll,
like Timmy D or
see. Yeah. Put your choices and see what the listeners come up with, man. As far as giving you a new nickname, or you're gonna let them vote on it.
Someone's gonna get cochino and call it Terry Cummings.
Hey. There you go, man. Hey, that is the diesel, right? Diesel version, Cummings diesel.
That's true.
Hey,
everyone have a fantastic day. Again, let's all go honk it at the Spurs win. Spurs Mavericks tonight. I'm going to say Wemby goes off for 27 and 13, but I'm hoping for 36 and 18. We'll be back tomorrow. This is the Alamo City Sportscast, and Chase, that was his name, right? New guy. Thanks for being part of the show, my man. Welcome to the Funhouse,
the Alamo City Sportscast family, dude. Yeah, you're part of our Necios. That's what we call our listeners, the Necios.
Very nice. We'll be back tomorrow.